I met him while I searched for peace, a storm inside I couldn't cease. He didn't judge, he shared his view, and somehow light came shining through. He stayed, became a friend to me. We spoke like souls who just broke free. So much in common, deep and true. His quiet strength pulled me into. His kindness made the path seem clear. He touched the wounds I hid in fear. He reached the places locked inside, where buried truths and shadows hide. Each time we spoke I felt reborn, like dawn had come to end the storm. For once I saw a light so real, a distant hope I thought I'd seal. But it's no lie, just like in perfect storm. You rise with light, begin to feel reborn. A spark of hope begins to warm your chest. You dream again, you try, you give your best. But life, it hides a Kraken in disguise. It wraps around and pulls you where hope dies. Back to the dark beneath the crushing tide, where all you feel is pain you thought had died. That cursed day, it came for me as well. He sat there broken, with a tale to tell. His eyes were red, too drowned to hide the pain. And through our bond, I flipped the roles we trained. I asked him why his soul was torn apart. He wept and spoke between a shattered heart. The love I had has flown across the sea. Her wealthy folks refused to let her be. They bought the distance, drew a final line. A doctor's dream could never match their shine. I said, just call me when your shift is done. We'll drink the grief until the pain feels numb. That's what a friend is really meant to do. Tonight I'll sit and drown this hell with you. The day moved on, my words lost all their weight. I meant them true, but still, I showed up late. I reached my home and turned my phone off tight. Forgot his pain somewhere along the night. Next morning came, I rose with empty ease. No hint of grief, no whispers on the breeze. Then came a call that shook me to my core. An officer was waiting at my door. He asked if I had known him, said his name. I said he's friend, and doctor, why you came? He said you need to join us at the station. We'll need your words for part of the narration. But it's no lie, just like in perfect storm. You rise with light, begin to feel reborn. A spark of hope begins to warm your chest. You dream again, you try, you give your best. But life, it hides a Kraken in disguise. It wraps around and pulls you where hope dies. Back to the dark beneath the crushing tide, where all you feel is pain you thought had died. Confused, I reached the station, dazed and slow. I asked the cop, please tell me what you know. He met my gaze, then asked me with a frown, why did your friend keep calling, breaking down? I shared the pain he tried so hard to hide, how love was torn and scattered by the tide. I guess he called to chase the dark away, to find a friend before the end of day. But then the words he spoke cut through my chest. A lonely death, he couldn't find the rest. He took his life last night alone, undone. He called for you, you were the only one. Since that day, the dark returned to stay, but now it whispers what I failed to say. The guilt, it haunts the silence of my mind. One call ignored, and now he's left behind. What if I'd kept the promise that I gave? What if I'd shown the strength he hoped I'd save? He trusted me, I swore I'd see him through, but I stood still while all his pain just grew. He tied the rope, but I pulled tight the thread, and so he left this world alone and dead. But it's no lie, just like in perfect storm. You rise with light, begin to feel reborn. A spark of hope If I had answered when he tried to call, he might still be here standing through it all. But I broke my word and let him fade. I failed the friend who trusted what I said. If I had answered when he tried to call, I failed the friend who trusted what I said. He tied the rope, but I pulled tight the thread, and so we left this world alone and dead.